Hello and welcome to The Print. On October 29th, there was a series of blasts at the Zamra Convention Center in Kalmasheri, Kochi, where over 2,000 Jehovah's Witnesses had gathered as part of a three-day convention. The perpetrator, the accused, who planted the bomb is a man named Dominic Martin, who said that he was trying to bring the world's attention to the activities of the Jehovah's Witnesses by doing this atrocious act. So we're joined by the spokesperson for Jehovah's Witnesses of India, Mr. Joshua David. Thank you for joining us today, sir. So my first question is, how is the community recovering from this after this incident?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me on your show, Vandana. And yeah, I'm glad that I'm talking to ThePrint. Really, I mean, it's a fair and objective outlet. And we are very happy to give you accurate information of everything that transpired throughout this past week. Yeah, to start with, for your question, our people are shocked, really. It's not just the victims' families, but everyone who attended the convention. They are shocked because, I mean, this memory is going to be with them for the rest of their lives. We are doing everything possible to provide the pastoral care, shepherd them, help them physically, mentally, emotionally, and, try to help them get back to their lives. Yeah, it's difficult, but we know that Jehovah's Witnesses around the world are praying for them. And definitely they'll stand up on their feet and get back to their lives soon.
The blast actually ended up killing 3 people and injuring over 50. One of the dead includes a 12-year-old girl. What are the other thing is, he said that Dominic Martin said that he was trying to bring attention to the activities of the Jehovah's Witnesses. So I wanted to ask you, what are the common misconceptions about this community, and how do you go about tackling them?
Yes. Sometimes people wonder, what is Jehovah's Witnesses public ministry all about? As you know, Jehovah's Witnesses are known throughout the world to go and meet people. We share a message of hope and comfort with everyone. And that's what more than 85 lakh Jehovah's Witnesses throughout the world do. Our message mainly consists of why there is so much of suffering today on earth. And if there is a God, why is he permitting all this suffering? So this is the core message Jehovah's Witnesses bring to people. And we understand that when we go out and meet with people, they have a choice to either accept the message or reject it. And we appreciate that people have these personal choice, the rights that they have. So Jehovah's Witnesses are happy to talk to everyone who wants to listen. In fact, even this year, we are just 57 and more Jehovah's Witnesses in India. But for the memorial observance of Christ's death, we had more than 150,000 attend that observation. So yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses go out, meet people, share a message of peace and hope. And it makes no sense. Why would somebody do such a thing?
In his confession video that he posted on Facebook, he mentioned that he disagreed with quote unquote anti-national activities that he accused your community of doing. What is your response to these allegations, and what could these kinds of activities be?
Yeah, his comments are offensive to every Jehovah's Witness. They are misleading. They are loaded with falsehood. Jehovah's Witnesses love the country wherever they live in. We love India. We love the community where we live in India. And we appreciate this country, the people so much that we want to go out and meet them. And Jehovah's Witnesses are peaceable around the world. Like many are saying, this is the first time that something like this has happened to Jehovah's Witnesses. In fact, we are there for more than 100 years in India. We've had thousands and thousands of conventions every year for those 100 years. In India, this year, we finished about 50-odd conventions, right from the north of India to the south of India. And everything went peacefully. In fact, our meetings are open to people. Our conventions are open to people. We translate our website into more than 1,080 languages All of this is free of cost because we want people to read the message of peace and hope that we are spreading. So, yeah, that is who Jehovah's Witnesses are for you.
While reporting on this story, I met several Jehovah's Witnesses who were present at the site at the convention when the blast happened, and I was speaking to them about their experience and their life as a Jehovah's Witness. How does their worship differ from others, etc. And I noticed that, and I found out that you have an app. Which is sort of very structured and globally accessible, over 522 languages. You have, and there are thematic prayers that you have that seems to be across the world. There was an evacuation plan in place when you were already trying to go out, which kind of reduced the number of casualties when you were leaving the convention center. Can you talk to me about what kinds of instructions you broadcast to community, how you stay in touch? What is the kind of organizational structure?
Yeah, absolutely right. You got it spot on. We are very organized. Worldwide, we are more than 86 likes, just I said, but we get the same message. We have our weekly meetings. We call the midweek meeting and the weekend meeting, where we read, try to understand the Bible and apply the principles in our lives. We have a very structured material through which we consider our meetings. And that is available. Everything is online, public to everyone. And conventions like this are also very well organized. There are faithful men, and in fact, even women, who take part in different departments so that they can care for the needs of the delegates. Like you said, most of the instructions come through these meetings that we have during the midweek and the weekend. But we also have the app, which brings out many things from the Bible, publications. In fact, even for youngsters, if you've gone on the app and checked the videos, there are a whiteboard animations app, how youngsters can make good use of their phone and try to see whether they are in control or the phone is in control of them. And there are many other, is it the right age for me to drink? So these are all principles. Each individual then decides for himself what he wants to apply, what he chooses to accept, or what he chooses to reject. So yeah, pretty much we are very well organized throughout the world. And yeah, we follow the God, who's a God who's organized, and everything takes place by arrangement. So you got it spot on. Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to ask you is that I know the Jehovah's Witnesses really advocate returning to the biblical text as source material, and that you try to live your life as closely to the Bible as possible. This includes practices that are conventionally, rather unconventional, like not accepting blood transfusions or not celebrating birthdays. This is something that has kind of created a stereotype around Jehovah's Witnesses. Just wanted a bit more clarity on these kinds of practices and how does one go about living like a Jehovah's Witness in a modern society?
Well, yes, I mean, it's everything is personal decision. While we have our publications which explains the Bible principles, but each individual has to decide whether he wants to follow that or not. So it's personal responsibility. Each one carries his own load, just the Bible says. So yeah, that is what we believe and what we practice. In fact, Jehovah's Witnesses give high regard to life, very high regard to life. We have instructions that even if you're traveling by a scooter, the pillion rider should also wear a helmet. Is because not to be, to be caught or just to save face with the law enforcement agencies, but life is precious. So the principle is life is precious, and that is why we do things. So we have a high regard for life, whether, riding a scooter, riding a car, or even in case of blood transfusion. Jehovah's Witnesses give high regard to life, but it's a personal decision. And we are also happy that the medical community has come up with very much, transfusion alternatives. And each Jehovah's Witness decides, according to his Bible-trained conscience, which kind of medical care he will go for or not.
Right. Is India an easy environment to worship in as a Jehovah's Witness?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Like I said, we've been here for more than 100 years, and we've carried out our activities. Our places of worship are throughout this country. And in fact, in more than 50 odd languages, in Indian languages, we translate. And we have more than 1,000 meeting places in India. So yeah, we are happy with what the government has done for us throughout these years. And yeah, the freedom of worship that the Constitution affords us. So yeah, we are very happy with how our freedom of worship is available here in India.
Just to add some context, the Jehovah's Witnesses won a landmark Supreme Court case in 1986 when 3 students in Kerala actually were expelled from their school because they stood up during the national anthem but chose not to sing it. And the Supreme Court held that their choice to not sing it is an expression of their religious freedom. Do you think that these were the kinds of quote unquote anti-national activities that the accused Dominic Martin might have been going after, or how do you respond to that?
Yeah, just like I said, it's a personal responsibility of whatever one does with his or her life. As far as the national anthem is concerned, we respect the national anthem, we respect the flag, and in fact, we show our respect to the country by being, honest citizens of the country. We pay our taxes, we obey the traffic laws or any other law that is in place that shows that, yes, we truly love this country. Saluting the flag, well, it is a religious decision based on the Bible, because saluting the flag or the national anthem, singing the national anthem, it's like a sacred devotion to the country. And for us, devotion belongs to our God, Jehovah. But we respect whenever the national anthem is sung, we stand respectfully wherever it is done. And yes, we respect people's right to engage in these activities, and we expect that people respect our rights to abstain from what the Bible says we can do or not do.
Right. What are the kinds of safeguards that you would like in place to prevent this kind of attack from happening again?
Well, up until now, we had a security arrangement in place. We have, just like you also said, that even though such a ghastly attack took place, it was a well-organized arrangement that allowed most of them to come out, safe and uninjured. Well, we'll have to wait and see what the government provides. We will be working closely with the governments. We appreciate whatever they've done until now, not just the state, but also the central government. And we will be working closely, following whatever the law enforcement agencies request. And that is what we will, apply.
Got it. Any parting thoughts as a national spokesperson? What is the kind of message that you would like to send to not just Jehovah's Witnesses in India, Christians in India?
Yeah, first of all, Vandana, thank you very much for having me, allowing us to give the accurate picture of who Jehovah's Witnesses are. Jehovah's Witnesses around India will be knocking on your doors, because that is a part of our worship. Like for a good Hindu, he goes to temple, he worships in the way that he does. For a Jehovah's Witness, a good Jehovah's Witness will go out, meet people, share a message of hope and comfort. So Jehovah's Witnesses will be out around India, not just in Kochi, but around India on the weekends, during the weekdays. Well, listen to them. You don't have to agree with everything they have to say, but just listen to them. We love to talk to people and share this message that very soon this entire globe will be a place that will be filled with happy, healthy people living in peace with each other. So this is our message, that if Jehovah's Witnesses come to your door, listen to what they have to say. You don't have to agree with everything they have to say. Everyone has a personal right to choose what he wants to believe. In fact, there are also people who don't believe in any God. That is a personal right too. So we respect people that they give us a chance and hear us out.
Got it. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. And thank you for taking time out during this difficult time.